we are looking forward to the rest of the season, but right now looking forward to revealing the top 16 to you for the very first time. A first look, starting with the 4 seeds. As you see, Louisville, number 16, Indiana, number 15, LSU, number 14, Kansas State, number 13. Charlie, what stands out?
Well, I had Louisville and Kansas State flip-flops on the 4 line, both 4 seeds. But I thought Louisville's resume was a little bit better than what Kansas State's has been, especially since Kansas State is coming off a loss last night at Iowa State.
When I look at those 4 lines, I think that's where the non-conference strength of schedule really would have helped 2 of those teams, and that's LSU and that's Indiana. LSU strength of schedule, 61 overall, Indiana 40, which is fine, but those other 2 teams, their strength of schedule is in the 30s. And when you think about LSU being in the SEC, there aren't that many opportunities with the way the SEC is constructed, and LSU already played South Carolina. LSU doesn't really have many more opportunities to make some big waves in their conference schedule. Same thing with Indiana. Indiana has an opportunity to play Iowa, but that's about it. So based on how those 2 conferences are constructed, for Indiana and LSU, if you're a fan of those teams, you wish they had a stronger non-conference to give them a little bit more of a push to get higher seeds.
And you definitely want them to take care of business the rest of the way out, because you cannot see anything. You can't see anything bad happen there for them. A 4 seed or worse has never won the national championship, but we could see this potentially be the first year. Let's take a look now at the 3 seeds. At number 12, it's UConn. Number 11, it's Oregon State. Number 10 is Virginia Tech. And number 9, we have USC. Charlie, Oregon State, take a look at where they are.
The Beavers have kind of come out of nowhere. They were picked 10th by the coaches in the Pac-12 this year. Now they're 11th in the country. They've been red hot, maybe outside of South Carolina and possibly Oklahoma, the hottest team in the country right now. And no one saw this coming for the Beavers. Not even their coach, Scott Rueck, thought they were going to be this good at this point.
Yeah, I think Donovan Hunter is coming along as a freshman, and she's been huge for Oregon State. They've got good balance. I've been impressed with them. I do think when I look at the 3 seeds, I have the most confidence in Virginia Tech. Reason why, their dynamic duo, they're great, Georgia Amor, Liz Kitley, and this team has been together. UConn, they've had a strong non-conference, but that's not the same team that they have right now. So I think I have the most confidence in Virginia Tech.
And they have more opportunity, too, be playing in the ACC.
Yes.
They do. They have a tough schedule still ahead. Of course, they made it to the Final Four last year. Best in program history. Let's take a look at the 2 seeds now. We've got Texas at number 8, UCLA at number 7, NC State at number 6, and Iowa at number 5. Of course, everybody keeping an eye on Caitlin Clark, who is just 8 points away from history, Charlie. We'll get to see that game at 8 o'clock at home against Michigan as she goes for the all-time record. What are your thoughts on where Iowa is right now?
I just have to wonder, I'm actually not wondering that much, if Iowa had not lost that game to Nebraska a couple weeks ago, or just a week ago, they would almost certainly be a number 1 seed.
You know, this fast-paced music is actually giving me anxiety, and our producer is telling me to go quickly. So I'm just going to say UCLA got disrespected. They're a 1 seed. That's how I'm going to stand on. That's how I feel. UCLA got disrespected. That's my quick comment. The music speeded me up. Producer speeded me up. UCLA, I'm sorry. They did you wrong.
Oh, they would be the first top 2 seed in program history if they were, but we've got a lot of good things to get to, including the final 4 teams that are on the 1 seed line. No surprise who is coming in at number 1 overall. That is, of course, South Carolina, still undefeated, still going strong. At number 2, it's Stanford. Number 3, Ohio State. And how about Colorado at number 4? Drea, Colorado's looking good, but nobody better than South Carolina right now.
Yeah, nobody looks better than South Carolina. This is really a defensive-minded top 4, so I do have respect for it. You know, when I think about South Carolina, Shannon Sharp had a quote this week after the Chiefs won. He said, he was about Patrick Mahomes. He said, there's a bigger gap between 1 and 2 in regards to NFL quarterbacks than there is between 2 and 5. And I feel the same way about South Carolina. There's a bigger gap between South Carolina and whoever you have as your number 2 team, and then 2 through 5. The gap between South Carolina and 2 is bigger than the gap between 2. I would even say 2 and 10. That gap is bigger. South Carolina stands alone.
That's true. But the fun thing is, we would have said the same thing last year, and they didn't win the national championship.
That's true.
Which makes this such fun.
This team's a little different, Charlie, but I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that.